morning, everyone. This is Sridevi, Maths faculty of Masterminds. So today we are going to see about annuity, that too, future value of ordinary, bit of important concept, and time value of money. As you all know, the time value of money itself is an important topic. Here I am going to discuss about question numbers 124 and 125 and 126 in our 4th edition of CA Foundation Math Syllabus material. So let's have a look at 124. What is 124? A person invests, how much that he is going to invest? 500. At the end of, look at this, each year. What do you mean by each year? Means he is going to invest 500 once or every year? What is he saying? Yes, 500 rupees is invested at the end of each year. It's not 1 year. It's every year with a bank which pays an interest of 10% per annum compound interest compounded annually. So before getting into the question, let me show you a simple logic here. So in most of the cases, you people have a confusion regarding compound interest, annuity and perpetuity. So before getting into the concept of annuity, first of all, try to understand the concept of compound interest, concept of annuity, concept of perpetuity. Of course, all these three concepts are interlinked, right? But annuity is dependent upon compound interest, perpetuity is dependent upon compound interest. But how do you identify whether a question is related to compound interest or a question is related to annuity or a question is related to perpetuity? Look at this. Here, if you have exactly one payment or receipt related to compound interest, that is purely a concept of compound interest. Suppose if you have a sequence of payments or receipts, what do you mean by sequence? Yes, it is more than one payment or receipt, that should be considered as annuity. Then what about perpetuity? So sequence of payments means more than one payment or receipts which happens for infinite period. Then what about annuity? Annuity is for a finite period. N is finite. That's how you can discriminate the questions related to compound interest, annuity and perpetuity. See, learning the concept is important, in particular in the concept of time, in the topic of time value of money. Learning the concept along with shortcuts. Yes, of course, for every concept we used to provide shortcuts, but when it comes to particularly time value of money, we'll teach both logic as well as concept as well as shortcut. Then only you can solve all the questions related to time value of money. Yes, of course, as you know, this is an extension, this is the basics for your financial management syllabus. So you must learn the concepts along with the shortcuts. Those shortcuts will be helpful for you in solving your time value of money related CA foundation questions. But once you get the concept of this annuity or compound interest or perpetuity, whatever the question that you face in your exam, so you can solve all those questions. We'll teach all these concepts of time value of money in that manner only. We'll not only provide logics, we'll provide logics along with, yes, of course, shortcuts. They're very essential, but for this topic, we'll teach both logic as well as concept as well as, of course, shortcuts. So look at the question. Let's see the continuation question. A person invests how much? 500. At the end of each year. End of each year means, is it ordinary annuity or due annuity? Yes, ordinary annuity. How are you saying that this question is related to annuity? Yes, as I said, is it one payment or more than one payment, guys? More than one payment. How many times that he is paying? Annually, for more than once at the end of each year. It's a sequence of payments. That's how you can conclude that this is a question related to annuity. So what is your annuity here? 500. Now let me know whether it is a question related to ordinary annuity or due annuity. Yes, you have seen this word, right? What is this? End of each year. End of each year. Got it? So end of each year means what kind of annuity it is? Ordinary annuity. With a bank which pays interest of 10%. Interest rate is 10% means what can be the value of I? 0.1. Yes. So per annum compounded annually. Now read out the next line. The amount standing to his credit. Amount standing to his credit. What is it he is asking for? The amount means balance in his account. Credit means in his account only, right? So the balance in his account 1 year after. Please underline this word, everybody. So 1 year after, the amount means the balance in his account. For which year he is asking the balance? 1 year after he has made his yearly investment for which time? 12th time. So we have seen the entire question, right? Now let's get into the concept of the question. So here this person is going to invest how much? 500, right? Look at the question, 500 at the end of each year. 1 year or each year? Each year. That's why I'm writing it as A, because it's not a single payment, it is a sequence of payments. Since it is the end of each year, how are we treating it as? Ordinary annuity. Got it? At what rate of interest is going to deposit this money, guys? 10%, means I value is 0.1. Now, let me write down our last sentence of our question. What is our last sentence? The amount standing to his credit, means he is asking for balance in his account. He is asking for what? Balance in his account, right? So, what is the next line? 1 year after. 1 year after. Next, he has made his yearly investment for 12th time. He has made his yearly investment for which time? 12th time. So, I'm going to divide my entire question into 3 partitions. What is the first partition? Balance in his account. So, means he is asking for the amount in his account. Amount means he is talking about present value, future value, guys. Future value. So, or else, if you are not able to understand that logic, look at the last line. So, he has made his yearly investment for which time? 12th time. If you see the question carefully, when did the first payment happen, Nana? It is at the end of first year, right? Then what about the second payment? Yes, very good. End of second year. Then like that, when does the 12th payment happen? First payment happened at the end of first year. Second payment happened at the end of second year. Like that, 12th payment will happen at the end of 12th year. Means he is asking for the balance in his account by which year? 12th year, right? Means he is asking about present value, future value. Future value. Very good. So, by reading out the sentence, I am able to understand that this question is related to present value of annuity or future value of annuity. Future value. For which time? 12th time. Means, look at this. I'm going to calculate the balance in this person account after 12th payment. After which payment? 12th payment. So, means I'm talking about the value of my money or value of my deposits after 12 years. After 12 years means I'm talking about present value, future value. It's definitely future value, right? So, it's a future value related question. And if you see the first line is related to what kind of annuity, guys? Ordinary annuity. That's what I'm doing. Ordinary annuity. So, what is the formula for future value of ordinary annuity? A of 1 plus I whole power n minus 1 by I. This is what our formula is, right? So, what is n value, guys, here? 12 years, right? So, let me substitute a value here. What is a value? 500 into 1 plus I means 1.1 whole power 12 minus 1 by 0.1. Everybody, please calculate 1.1 whole power 12. I hope you're all aware of calculating this 1.1 power 12, right? Just enter 1.1 into till equals to symbol. You have to enter this equals to symbol till your calculator shows 13th step. How many steps? 13th step. If you are at 13th step means there you have calculated power 12. So you should learn these kind of logics also. So if you are here means you'll definitely learn all these logics of calculator shortcuts as well. What is 1.1 power 12? It's 3.138 minus 1 into 500 by 0.1. So which is how much, guys? I got 10,692.14. Let me show you my options once. Is that 10,692 is available there? Yes, of course. 10,692 is there. Means to say you're going to mark option D as the correct answer. How many of you are saying yes? Yes? But I'm not able to complete the question because I did the first sentence and the last sentence, but there is something else that is pending here. What is that? 1 year after, if you look at this, we have calculated the balance in that person account by which time? At the time of his 12th payment. Did he made any further deposits? No. But he is keeping this 10,692 in the bank for how many years? 1 year. Shall I treat it as an annuity? No, because 10,692 is the balance in that person account by which year? 12th year. That is the last payment, guys. Means no more further deposits are made. No deposits are made and no withdrawals takes place, right? So means he is keeping this 10,692 in the bank for how many years, guys? Just exactly 1 year. Exactly 1 year means for this 10,692, that person is going to receive interest. Am I correct or not? Yes, means it's a question related to, yes, compound interest. It's not the question related to annuity now. So yes, 50% of the question is related to the concept of annuity. But if you look at the last sentence, 1 year after means he's going to keep this 10,692 in the bank for how many years? 1 year. Will the bank keep it for free of cost? No. They'll definitely pay interest to us, right? So they'll pay what amount of interest to us? There is 10,692 in your bank account, right? This is there in the bank for how many years? 1 year. So the bank have to pay an interest of how much, guys? 10%. Please calculate 10% of 10,692. How much is that? 1,069. That is also added to his principal, right? Means you should add 10,692 and 1,069. Please add more, the both of them. 10,692 plus 1,069 means how much? 11,761. So here is a question which involves both annuity as well as compound interest. So look at this question. This is not a simple question. We are keeping this question also in our material, means that's how we are dedicated about the material preparation also. Yes, for us it takes a lot of time to explain this question. Most of the people will eliminate these kind of questions because it's a bit complicated question. Yeah, even then we have included this question because we have taken this question from ICA material. We are not leaving even 0.01% of ICA sources. We have taken all the things that are there in ICA sources. This is a very good question. Yes, you should know the concept of annuity and you should understand the concept of compound interest also. Then only you are able to answer these kind of questions. Means to answer these kind of questions, you must be aware of logic, you must be aware of calculations, you must be aware of the concept of annuity, the concept of perpetuity and the concept of compound interest. Then only you are able to understand these kind of questions and you are able to answer these kind of questions. If you look at this is the model test paper question, which means it is a good question, important question, right? So you should learn the logic. So here we are here to provide all these kinds of logics and all these kinds of shortcuts. Everything and all is included in our material and we are going to teach everything. So including basics, we are going to teach everything. So what is the total amount there? 11,761. So 10,692 is not the correct answer. Most of the people have got the correct answer as 10,692. But no, what is the correct answer? 11,761. So what is the logic behind this, guys? So he's going to keep this money in the bank for how many years? 1 year. So means bank will not keep it for free of cost, right? So madam, since it is for 1 year, you have calculated the interest. For 2 years, what will you do? See, remember, I'm not going to solve this question in this manner. So I'm extending it further here. I'm writing the balance after 1 year. Look at this, guys. So I'm writing the balance after 1 year. Means I'm going to calculate the amount after 1 year. Am I correct? For this 1 year, who is my principal? The balance left in my account. How much? 10,692. Means I'm going to calculate the present value or future value, guys. Future value. What is the formula for amount in compound interest? P of 1 plus I whole power n. Yes, if it is for 1 year means you can write 10,692 into what is your previous mode of interest, guys? 10%. The bank will keep your money for the same mode of interest, means 1 plus I whole power 1. Everybody please calculate 10,692 into 1.1. Have you got 11,761 again? Yes, this is how you can solve the question in a simplified manner, even after for 2 years or after for 3 years. So, to a similar model, we have added 125 in our material. So, look at 125. So, at 6 months interval, what is the time gap, guys? 6 months interval. Since the time gap is 6 months, remember, the compounding should be done half yearly only, but not yearly. Got it? Mr. A is going to deposit how much in a savings account? 1,000 rupees. In an interval of how many months? 6 months. Means it's not a single payment. What is this? Yes, very good. It's a sequence of payments. If it is a sequence of payments, how are we going to call it as? Yes, annuity. But remember, this annuity is made yearly or half yearly? Half yearly. If it is half yearly, you have to replace I with I by 2 and N with 2N. Let's look at the continuation of the question. In a savings account, which credits an interest of what percentage, guys? 10%. I already told you that the compounding should be done annually or semi-annually. Semi-annually only. Compounding should be done semi-annually. That's what I said. So, since you are making 6 months payments, the compounding should definitely go for half yearly only. So, what are all the changes that are required? I equals to I by 2. N equals to 2N. Got it? Next line. The first deposit was made when A's son was 6 months old. Got it? When did the first deposit was made? When his son was how much old? 6 months old. Got it? Now listen to me. What is the duration of the payment? How many months? 6 months. Now let me ask you a general question. Suppose if I said that you are 16 years old. You are how much old? 16 years means you are into your 16th year or you have completed your 16 years. Yes, very good. You have completed your 16 years, right? Like that, what is it he's saying? The first deposit was made when A's son was how much old? 6 months old means 6 months is completed or he is into his 6th month. Already completed means he is making his deposit at the beginning of the period or at the end of the period, guys. Very good. End of the period means what did I told you? Ordinary annuity or due annuity? Ordinary annuity. See how much it is related to the concept. This is completely an ordinary annuity. So we'll make you understand about these concepts in a very easy manner and very simplified manner. Please go through our material. Please go through our laws. So what kind of annuity this is? Ordinary annuity. So he made this whole sentence to get confusion regarding this ordinary annuity or due annuity. So when did the first deposit was made? 6 months old. And the last deposit was made when his son was how much old? 8 years old, right? So when does the first deposit happen, guys? 6 months. Then last deposit? 8 years. So I just wanted to know how many deposits were made per a year. The first deposit was 6 months and the next deposit, since the time duration is 6 months gap, is 1 year, right? So means for every 1 year he is making how many deposits, guys? 2 deposits means totally he made how many deposits? 16 deposits. But here in the concept of annuity or compound interest, we'll not talk about deposits. We'll always think of number of years. 18 deposits means how many years, guys? Only 8 years. So I should take N equals to 8. But the compounding is done annually or semi-annually? Semi-annually. So N should be replaced by 2N, means 2 into 8, which is 16. Remember, N represents number of years and 2N represents number of half years. That is what the difference between N and 2N. Since we are talking about half yearly payments, we should take care of N. This is must. So learn the concepts carefully. Here in our Masterminds institution, we used to give you all the concept-oriented questions as well as logical approach questions. Later on, we'll provide the shortcuts also for every question. So here, we are making how many deposits, guys? 8 or 16? 16. But I'm taking N as how much? 8. Why I'm writing 2N in place of N? Yes, compounding is done semi-annually. So I should write N equals to 2N, which is actually 2 into 8, which means how much, guys? 16. Got it? I should be replaced by I by 2, 0 point. What is the rate of interest? Let's read out the continuation question. 10% per annum, right? Means 0.1 by 2. Why we are writing by 2, guys? Yes, very good. Compounding is done semi-annually. So, when did the first deposit was made? When his son was 6 months old. When did the last deposit was made? When his son was 8 years old, right? That means how many deposits that he is making? 16. Now, let's go for the continuation question. The money remained in the account. It means is not going to withdraw this money and was presented to his son. On which birthday, guys? 10th birthday. How much did he receive? Means he is talking about his son. How much does his son receive on his 10th birthday? That's what he is asking for. Now listen to me carefully. So this is an extension of the past question, which is 124. If I calculate the balance in his account or in his father's account by his 8th birthday, that's what I'm talking about. Why I'm calculating the balance for 8th birthday? Because after 8th birthday, no more annuities takes place, right? So how many annuities takes place? Only 16, right? So that is why I'm calculating the balance in his account by 8th birthday, because after his 8th birthday, his father is not going to deposit even 1 rupee in his bank account. Got it? So I'm talking about his 8th birthday, means I'm talking about present value or future value. Yes, I'm going to talk about future value. Future value is okay. What kind of annuity is this, guys? Ordinary annuity. Both of them are okay, right? Future value of ordinary annuity. And the formula is, I have already written the formula of future value of ordinary annuity into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1 by I. Let me substitute all these values in this formula here. So for some time, it is better to write down the formulas, okay? So A into 1 plus I whole power n minus 1 by I. So please calculate this value. I think he gave you 1.05 power 16, right? Use that value, guys. 2.1829. Please use that value. Enter 2.18. Just a moment, ma. 2.1829. Please enter that value in your calculator. Completed? Next, minus 1 is here. Enter minus 1. Next, by 0.05 is here. Next, into 1000 is here. Please enter into 1000. So how much you people got? 23,658, right? So the same question. So any option like 23,658, guys? No, because we have to read out the last 2 lines of also. What is the balance for his son 8th birthday? 23,658. The money remained in his account and was presented to his son on which birthday, guys? 10th birthday. Means he is going to keep this 23,658 in his bank account for how many more years? 2 more years, right? So what is it you people need to do? Tell me. Means you people are going to consider this one as principal and you people are calculating whole square? No, this is not the correct way. What did I tell you while explaining 124? What is the rate of interest that is applicable previously? What is the bank rate of interest? 10% per annum compounded annually or semi-annually, guys? Semi-annually, right? Means the same mode of interest will be applicable for the coming years also. Whether it is annuity or perpetuity or compound interest. Yes, we are keeping this money in his bank account for how many more years, guys? 2 more years, right? So the bank will definitely pay interest for 2 more years by taking this one as principal. But the compounding is done annually or semi-annually? Semi-annually. So I should replace n with what? 2 into 2. Got it? How much is that? 4. And what is I value? 10%? No. 10 by 2 because the compounding is done semi-annual. Got it? Now, let me calculate the balance in his account by 10th birthday. Means after how many years, guys? 2 years. That's why I took n equals to 2 into 2. Why I'm taking 2 into 2? It's actually 2, right? As the compounding is done semi-annually. Balance in his account. After which birthday? 10th birthday. Got it? Means after how many years, guys? After how many years? 2 more years. So I should write amount equals to principal into, what is your principal? Principal into 1 plus I whole power n. 23,658 into 1.05 whole power 4. Please perform this calculation. Enter 1.05, enter into equals to symbol till you reach your fifth step as you need power 4. Got it? Into 23,658. Tell me your answer. So it's 28,756. Is it available with you? 28,756 is of course option B. 28,756. See, here the information that is provided is a very lengthy information. All that you need to perform is it is just a matter of 2-3 calculation, guys. But here you should understand the concept. So again, I'm telling you, this is a concept oriented question. Without knowing the concept, you cannot be able to solve these kind of questions. So here in our Masterminds material, we have included all those questions. Once you practice 124, then 125 is quite easy for you. Means we have provided the questions along with practice questions also. We have given you n number of questions. For every model, we have provided almost 10 questions. For every model, if you see our material, for every model, we have provided at least 10 questions. So, and that too, out of them, some of them are quite easy questions, right? We'll provide shortcuts for those questions which are so lengthy, right? So here you should learn the concept first, then only go for solving the question. Otherwise, you can't survive with time value of money. As you know, it's a very important concept. Please go through our materials carefully. So we have provided so many practice questions. If you solve 124 means 125 is quite easy for you. The same concept. But here in 124 is keeping the money in the bank account for how many years, guys? 1 year. When it comes to this case, he is keeping that money in the bank for how many years? 2 years. So means if you practice 124, 125 is quite easy for you. Means 124 might be a new question for you all. But after practicing 124, 125 is quite easy for you all. So that's all about question number 124 and 125. Now look at the next question. So first of all, let me tell you a shortcut for this question. After that, I'll tell you the logic behind this. A man borrows how much from the bank? 4,000, right? At what rate of interest? 10% compounding. At the end of every year, 1,500 as a part of repayment of loan and interest. How much he still owed to the bank after 3 such installments? Means he took some amount of loan. What is the amount of loan that he took? 4,000, right? 4,000. So by the end of first year, just a normal calculation, guys. By the end of first year, if I want to clear my debt, I need to pay 100% or 110%. 110%. Why? Because yes, 10% interest I need to pay, right? Everybody take your calculator and calculate 110% of 4,000, guys. 4,000 into 110. There is a symbol called percentage. Please enter this value. How much you people got? 4,400 is your debt by the end of which year? First year. What is it he is saying? As a part of repayment, I already pay how much to the money lender? 1,500, right? So means this 1,500 must be added to our debt or subtracted from our debt. Very good. Subtracted. Then what is your debt? 2,900 only. 2,900 only for second year, right? So I need to pay 2,900 or 2,900 along with 10%. 10% means you should calculate 110%. What is 110% of 2,900? I got 3,190. This is my debt by the end of second year, right? This is my debt by the end of second year, right? How much as a part of prepayment that I already paid? Yes, very good. 1,500 means this 1,500 must be added or subtracted? Subtracted. So what else is my debt by the third year? 1,690 only, right? So by the end of third year, it will become again 110%, right? How much? So how much? 1,859. We are at the end of which year? Third year. In third year also I paid how much as a part of repayment? Very good, 1,500. How much is your answer? Out of 1,859, you have already paid 1,500. Means how much you still owe to the bank after 3 such payments, guys? Have you got this much? Yes, that is the shortest possible solution that 126 has, right? So means if you are here means if you are in Masterminds means you are able to understand the logic, you are able to understand the shortcuts, and you are able to get the concept as well. See, for this question, first of all, I'm teaching this method as it is a very easy method. Let me tell you the concept oriented solution also for this question. So I took 4,000 as a loan, right? So I need to repay it after 3 years. I just wanted to repay it after 3 years. So can you please let me know the amount that I need to pay to him after 3 years? After 3 years means I need to pay along with interest, right? My principal is 4,000. Principal along with interest is called as amount. Amount is P into 1 plus I whole power. And everybody, please calculate 1.1 whole cube first. 1.331 into 4,000. So 5,324 is my debt. Am I correct or not? Is my debt. Means this much I owe to the bank. But I'm making repayments, right? Let me know. I'm making a single repayment or more than one repayment is there. Every year I'm paying 1,500. Like that I'm paying for how many years? 3 such installments. So is it a single payment or sequence of payments, guys? Very good. Sequence of payments means annuity. How many payments that you're making? 3 payments. Got it? What is the rate of interest? Same rate of interest. If I just wanted to know the total repayment value. Total repayment value. Total repayment value means by which year I need to calculate the repayment? 3rd year, right? Means I'm talking about present value or future value, guys. Future value. Got it? And this is an annuity, right? Yes, nothing is specified, so I'm taking it as ordinary annuity. What is the formula for future value of ordinary annuity? A of 1 plus I whole power n minus by I. So let me calculate this value. A means 1,500 into 1.1 whole cube minus 1 by 0.1. Please go through this calculation. Everybody tell me what is 1.1 whole cube? 1.331 minus 1 by 0.1 into 1,500. What's going to be your answer? 4,965 is your repayment, right? What is your debt, guys? 5,324 is my debt. I already paid how much? 4,965 means how much I still owe to the bank. How much I still owe to the bank? So go for subtraction. How much I still owe to the bank? Yes, very good. How much I still owe to the bank? 5,324 minus 4,965. How much is this? 359. Got the same answer or different answer, guys? Same answer. Right? If you know the concept means you can simply go ahead with regular simple calculations. Calculating person, that's quite easy, no? That's all for today, guys. Learn the concept, try to learn the logic, and try to learn the shortcuts. Shortcuts are must. Remember, for this concept, you have to learn all these 3. Here in our Masterminds institution, we are going to teach you each and every question in a very simplified manner. We'll give you time to read out the question. We'll give you time to solve the question on your own. Later only we can explain the question or we can explain the solution of the question so that you will be somewhat aware of the concept related to question. So practice is must. Here in our 4th edition of Masterminds material, we have provided almost 169 questions. So 169 questions of a classroom discussion. For classroom discussion only we have provided these many questions. And for self-practice, we have provided so many questions, more than 169. Here we gave you self-practice 1. So MCQs for your self-practice. And of course, MCQs for self-practice, additional questions for self-practice are also there. If you look at this material, so we have almost 175 questions in self-practice 1 and additional MCQs for self-practice. Those who wanted to practice more, those who wanted to get more good score in maths, we have provided problems beyond exam standards, which will be helpful for the students who wanted to pursue good ranks or good score also. So here in our material, we have divided the total concept into 3 partitions. Is classroom discussion. So as you can see, 169 questions, n number of questions are provided in our material. Along with that, self-practice 1, 175. So for each and every topic, we have given n number of questions. Means even if you heard the questions of classroom discussion itself, a big amount of calculation, 169 questions, not a simple number. So we'll teach all these questions in classroom discussion only. That's how we masterminds designed our material and designed our classroom discussion exercise. Thanks for watching.